Up against the rest of the podium from the Tour last year?
Yeah, it's nice to be lined up against the podium of the Tour last year. And yeah, I mean, there's also some other pretty strong guys here, some young talents coming, and it's gonna be interesting to see this 1 week race, because yeah, some likes to be in top shape here already. Some for example, Remco last year was a bit under shape here, and then he was super good in Tour. So we can see a lot of different things happening this week. But I'm really looking forward to race against the best again, and finally again in 1 week race in Europe. For me, it's been a long time, so I'm super excited.
Is there a moral aspect in beating those guys a month before the Tour?
I mean, for sure, if I manage to beat everybody, it's good. But I am also prepared that I cannot win. I don't need to win, so yeah, because the main goal is coming next month.
Besides those rainbow bands are on your chest, what's different for you this year in all seriousness? Are you at a level higher?
I don't know. In the classics, for sure, I was level higher than compared to previous years. But yeah, like I said, it's a long time since I've been in 1 week race in Europe. The last one was in UAE this year, and yeah, it's a bit different sensation, different racing. So we will see after this week where I stand, and if I improve from previous years, or I decrease the level. We'll see.
Today, if Mathieu tries to go on the climb today, will you try and follow him?
If I have the legs, why not? But if I don't have the legs, it's not necessary. So we'll see. Today is really trying to stay safe, try to enjoy the race, and yeah, we take it, try to take it as controlled as possible, easy as possible, and we see the final is gonna be a little bit tricky, but we see.
What's the feeling to be back with the race number on your back, and not only that, but to be facing Remco and Tadej, your direct competitors for the Tour de France?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to be here. It's a long time since I was at my last race, so I think more than 3 months, or about 3 months. So of course, I'm really happy to be back racing, and yeah, it will be nice to see where I'm standing this week.
Give us a preview. Are we going to see the best Jonas Vingegaard we've seen, the best vintage?
I mean, I hope so. Of course, I still think that being in the top shape at this moment would be probably a bit too early. So yeah, hopefully I can even afterwards I can put another 0.5% or 1% on the level, and then yeah, then we'll see.
Jonas, we've been talking to everyone about numbers, or they've been talking to us about their numbers in training. Allow us inside your power files and give us an insight into how well you've been performing in training.
I mean, one thing is how it's going in training, and another thing is how it is in racing. But yeah, of course, it's a good how to say it, way of seeing where you are, where you stand, and of course I can see that I'm doing pretty well in training. So hopefully I can fight for the victory here, and then hopefully afterwards we can make the last step towards the Tour.
Obviously it's been a while since you raced, and people will talk about rust. Is there anything you tried to do in the first couple of days to sort of counteract that?
No, I mean, I think that's more talking than anything. I mean, still remember 2020 with the COVID year. Nobody was racing for half a year, and when everybody was racing again, the level was completely different, a lot higher. So I wouldn't say that no racing is a bad thing. Of course, I would have liked to race more, but yeah, I don't think that necessarily it's a bad thing.
Thank you.
Remco, it's good to be back racing, or I guess maybe we'll check in at the finish of the stage, but are you looking forward to the Dauphiné?
Yeah, of course. I think it's pretty beautiful race, as always. Pretty hard one this year, so I think is going to be a very good test towards the Tour, and also just to see where I am at right now.
What's the feeling? What do you feel going into a race like this? A little bit of nervousness facing your direct rivals that you'll face in the Tour de France, or excitement, ready to test yourself? What do you have?
Yeah, I think at this point it's more of excitement. When preparations go well, it's always a little bit less stressy to go into racing. I mean, if I have to compare it with last year, I was more in a rush than this year. So I think, I'm at the start pretty confident, and I'm feeling pretty ready.
Where would you like to be in terms of measuring yourself against Vingegaard and Pogacar? What would be good for you?
I think it would be good if I can be up there for a nice battle in the hills. I mean, in the mountains. So I think preparation has been going well. We are still a small month ahead of the Tour, so it's still a lot of time towards the Tour. But I hope that I can be further ahead than I was last year at this point. So just be up there and try to have more or less of the same numbers as in the Tour last year. I think that would be great, and also a perfect way towards the Tour.
There's also an opportunity to get the Tour team fine-tuned, the riders that are going to help you for the Tour.
Yeah, probably. I think it's going to be a mix of them, from riders that are here and in Swiss. I think it's in every team a bit like that, depending on what preparation a rider wants. But I think some of the key riders are here already. I think it's going to be good to feel the cohesion and to feel each other already in a race. First 3 days are going to be pretty hectic, and then it's a real mountain. So I think it's a perfect, let's say, tryout of a small Tour de France. So.
Remco, yesterday, Tadej, we asked him what his numbers were like, and he said, my numbers are good. I mean, January, February, March, April. Those numbers, do you think they're attainable where he was at in the Tour last year? Is that your target?
We'll see. I think my main goal and focus should be to reach higher numbers myself than compared to last year. For the moment, that's working out pretty well. But of course, that doesn't mean that I'm going to perform in racing. It's always different. Often I'm a type of guy that lives more for racing than for training. So I always get a little bit of more power into racing from the motivation, from the atmosphere. So I'm happy where I'm at now. So I hope I can still improve a bit.
And just last one, apart from the time trial, any GC gaps before Friday, apart from the time trial?
It's possible. I mean, also today, if you're in a wrong position or a little bit too far back, it can split. Tomorrow as well, the day after as well. So it's going to be pretty hectic, and it's going to be a bit of. We have to be attentive. So we just have to be careful, be up there, and make sure we don't lose any stupid time.
Thank you.
First of all, how's the wrist, and no need for a brace or anything? No precautions.
No, it's annoying me more than it does good. So I'm quite happy. I could ride outside pretty quickly after the crash. So I still feel it that the wrist is not 100%, but I cannot say it's really hurting me. So I hope to be in contention today.
Mountain biking is not too dangerous. I mean, don't you need to think of the Tour de France and of the sponsorship for the team and be ready?
No, for me, mountain biking is less dangerous than being in a bunch on the road. So it's also something I really love to do. So it's always a risk of cycling that you can crash. So, but I think in general I feel pretty okay.
Are you pumped and excited for this race? Also for the fans watching, we have the big three GC riders here. It's all building up for the Tour de France.
Yeah, it's sort of a mini Tour de France. A lot of really good GC riders here. Yeah, the best actually. And we will see. The first 3 stages could be interesting.
We've asked a few people about this finish, and they say it's got Van der Poel written all over it, this final climb. What do you say to that?
Yeah, the final climb, maybe yes, but the finish line is still some case to go from the climb, and I expect a controlled race for a sprint today.
What have you talked about in terms of positioning into that climb on the bus? I mean, I guess it's just be at the front.
Yeah, I think the whole bunch wants to be at the front there, like all the key points during a race, so it will be no different.
Thank you. Guillaume, are you ready for the Critérium du Dauphiné. I mean, this is kind of where everything really kicks off as we head towards the Tour de France.
Yeah, I mean, done a good block of training now. After Dunkirk, we had a solid training camp, and it's my first time doing the Dauphiné in my career, actually. I've always done more the Tour de Suisse approach, so yeah, no, should be ready to see where we stand after a big block of work, and yeah, we got a good team here with big group for the sprints, and then with Pascal, and then yeah, Lutsenko for the GC, so it should be a good week, hopefully.
And already in stage one, it's no straight up sprint stage today. It's a rocky, rolly stage to finish.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated for first day, like also lots of small roads, which, I mean, I'm sure the bunch would be nervous, and then it's going to feel more maybe like a one-day race, because from looking at the parkour and the roads we take, yeah, it's going to be pretty full on, I reckon.
Good stuff for you today.
Yeah, it should be all right. Just first thing, make sure we survive to the finish with Jake and Aki, and then we'll see how much work I had to do to make sure they're okay for the final climb, if I'll be there or not in the final.
Are you at the point in your career where you don't have to prove yourself in these lead-up races to the Tour, or do you need to show something here to make sure you can be in the Tour team? How does that work for teams and for riders and for yourself?
I mean, you always have to prove yourself. I think it doesn't matter who you are, there's always someone that wants your spot, especially for the Tour. You know, everyone on the team would love to be at the Tour, so I think there's no guarantee. You know, even the leaders, if they don't go well at all, like in this week or next week, like it's just cycling, you know. So yeah, I take nothing for granted, but yeah, I know what I'm capable to do. The form is good, and then hopefully we have a good week, and then on to the Tour afterwards.
So this truly is a showcase of riders trying to do their best ahead of the Tour de France, trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, I think that you have to have a balance, you know, because if you're flying this week, the Tour only starts in, what, 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks? You don't want to be too hot also right now, but yeah, you need to show that you're in good form and on the right way to get selected for the Tour. But yeah, just finding that balance is never easy. And sometimes, you know, like Tour de Suisse, sometimes the level is just as high or even higher than the Tour, because some like guys want to make the Tour team, so they're peaking. Maybe other than the big leaders, like some like teammates, they're just flying there to try to make it in the Tour team, and then you get to July a bit like this. So yeah, no, but I'm confident. I know I can do a good job, and especially in those sprints. I'm really been enjoying working with Jake and Pascal, so it's just fun, and then yeah, hard work but fun.
You've never done the Dauphiné, so what do you know about this race? What have you heard?
It's just hard, you know, like if you look also at the last 3 stages here, like pretty savage, especially the Saturday stage. Yeah. And yeah, just looking at the roads, like Swiss is big roads, fast roads, not too stressful, and I expect here to be a bit more stressful.
Your terrain.
Yeah, right.
Enjoy it, man.
Thanks.
The summer swing begins here. You're coming off a very good classic season, good spring. Just tell us about the last few weeks.
Yeah, last few weeks up on Tadej in altitude, so yeah, you never really know where you're going to be at, but I'd say I've got enough sort of my own anecdotal evidence, and I would say that yeah, it went well. The altitude camp was good, and yeah, I'm excited to see what that brings for this race. It's not so warm, but it's summertime, yeah. Summertime racing.
Give us a bit more detail on that altitude camp. I presume you're up there for 2 or 3 weeks, and just tell us about how the sort of weeks are structured a little bit.
Yeah, we did a bit longer this year actually. It was 3 weeks, so it was quite a long time away from home, I must say. But no, it was good. I think that slightly longer time means you can give yourself a bit more time in the first sort of week to adapt, and then slowly as you can then sort of increase the training, and basically you're training full gas by the end of the camp. And yeah, it's a long time to be almost living like a monk, but you got to do it nowadays for the because yeah, you see the field here, it's pretty stacked. So that's the only problem, you know. You can be going really well, but so's everyone else because everyone's done the same thing.
And Fred, if you were to compare where you are now with last year, and also what you're focusing on this year, and what you're trying to really work on ahead of the Tour, what would you say?
I'd say, you know, like you said, coming off of a solid classics block already. You know, already when I was riding my bike again pre this altitude camp, I was thinking, okay, no, I'm in already starting from a better point than last year. So that's always a positive. You know, I want to go to the Tour. You know, you got to go into the Tour in the best shape as possible. And yeah, I think I'm there. I think I've got it right. I mean, yeah, I'm going to spend the next 10 years of my career trying to get the training right. But I'd say this time it's gone well, and yeah, mentally I'm in a good space. So yes, first few days this week should be getting in the mix and build the confidence, I think, for the Tour.
Okay, let's start there with today. Everyone's talking about this, well, the bend into the final climb is going to be key, and then the 600 metres at about 8 or 9%. What do you know about it, and are there any opportunities there? Could there be an opportunity for you?
Yeah, I think for me, coming off the classics and stuff, I really like this stage today. I think it's an exciting one, that's for sure. I think, you know, with Johnny here, the track will I think, and he's also come from altitude. I think he's the favourite for the sprint, but yeah, that kicker does leave some opportunities for attack. So yeah, I'll be keeping my eye out. That's for sure.
Keep your eye on Pogacar, Tadej.
Yeah, I was saying on the bus just then, like, oh, he's going to do it. He's going to test the legs, and I was like, no, but you got to be ready for anything, that's for sure.
Fred, what's your job here in this race overall? Is it looking after Lenny Martinez?
Yeah, I think I'd say for me it's sort of coming in two parts. It's like looking after Lenny, but yeah, these first 3-4 days, trying to sniff out some opportunities where I can. The team are sort of allowing me to do that a bit, so that's nice. But yeah, then once we get past stage 5, once we get past stage 5, it's all in for the GC boys. And I think, yeah, with how Lenny was going in altitude camp, I think we got a good shout for a good result. I mean, yeah, it's a Tour de France field here, that's for sure. So it'd be good to see where we're at before the real show kicks off.
How much of a showcase is this race for the Tour de France for the fans watching?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a big one. I think it's rare that you get such it's fair to say most, if not all, the GC favourites all in one race at the same time. So yeah, it's definitely going to be good to watch. Cheers, guys.